What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. We are back on IE Network, and this is the Heaven Hollywood Report. So let's get to it. And we're gonna kick it off with your girl T Swizzle, aka Taylor Swift, cause she just continues. Midnights by Taylor Swift is now aiming for number one debut on the Billboard 200 chart. When it increased 1.4 to 1.6 million units the first week, it will mark the second biggest sales week for a female artist of all time. Midnights by Taylor Swift has broken the record for biggest streaming week for a female album in U.S. history with only 3 days of tracking. And it just continues. Taylor Swift is challenging to break the record for most top 10 hits in the Hot 100 history among women. Madonna is the current record holder with 38 top 10 hits. That leads all females in the history of music. And the fastest albums to 400 streams. Midnights, Unverento Sinti, that's Bad Bunny. Scorpion, 4.6. Certified Lover Boy, 5, and Harry's House, 6.5. 3 days for Midnights. Now, this is putting Taylor Swift, when we talk about the princess of pop, if Madonna is queen of pop and it's etched in stone, she's been the queen of pop forever, so that name's never going to be taken away from her. If she's the queen of pop, and this right here might solidify Taylor Swift. She might be the queen of the princess of pop, or maybe the queen of pop country. We might have to give her her own genre. She might have to be the queen of pop country. I think that's something to think about. So congratulations to T Swizzle. She's doing it big. Moving on to the queen of rap, Nicki Minaj. And she might be getting overshadowed, but Super Freaky Things still doing big things. Becomes her first solo hit to draw 50 million audience impressions overall. Nicki also becomes the first female rapper to have 40 songs reach at least 200 million streams each in Spotify history. So 40 songs with at least 200 million streams. Now, it's ironic that we mentioned Nicki Minaj right behind Taylor Swift, because if you are my members only, you will get that Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift exclusive that I have today. I got from my trusty source when I'm doing Nicki Minaj stuff. So make sure you go over to members only so you can get that. Now, Nicki Minaj is currently working on, I guess you could say it's just going to be Nicki Minaj 6, because if we're going to count her greatest hits album, all right, if we're going to count her greatest hits album, it's actually Nicki Minaj 6. But if we're not going to count the greatest hits album, it's going to be Nicki Minaj 5. So she's working on that currently. Go on over to my members only for all the exclusives that I drop, any updates on the album, any updates on any other projects she has going on. Make sure you join the members only. You have to be an A+ lister or better to get the Nicki Minaj exclusive. So Nicki Minaj still doing big things with Super Freaky Girl. It's still in the top 10. Let's see if it can hold on to the top 10 slot after this week. Moving on to the queen, Beyonce. So she was out and about. She was outside this weekend, and she pretty much confirmed that 2023, as I let you guys know before, 2023, she will be embarking on the Renaissance Tour, and this tour is, predicted to be her biggest grossing tour. Now, I would find that hard to believe. I don't think anything is going to top her. Like when she was actually in her prime, I think those are like the biggest. But Renaissance is going to be her biggest world tour ever. So when you're touring overseas, when these American artists go overseas, they're even more popular overseas than they are at home. That's why they stay touring over there, and that's why so many artists stay paid pretty much. Because when the American fans turn their back on the artist, which they will do, they're prone to doing that. Once they turn their back on an artist, the artist always has overseas to fall back on. And I hear this tour, she is gearing up for, is going to be absolutely amazing. So I can't wait to the Renaissance tour, to be honest with you. I love the album. I'm still playing the album. Heated is my joint on there. My daughter loves it. And Beyonce just proved, man, when she comes back, every single time she comes back, it's a cultural reset. She dropped the dud. I think the Carters was a dud. I think the soundtrack was a dud. But she was back in full Beyonce form, and I'm sure that tour will not disappoint. And we're going to close it out with the girl Riri, the R. Well, Rakim's the R, but rated R. And speaking of R, it looks like she's trademarked, that this R, same way it looked in her rated R era. She's trademarked this R. So now a lot of people are speculating, will her album be called R? I believe it has a lot to do with, some of her fashions. What have you? She might have a line coming out, like, with an R on it, what have you. But she trademarked that R. So we're going to see how this plays into the product she's putting out. We know she's been in and out of the studio. She's been in the studio a lot. So we know that this album is coming. We just don't know when. And everybody is looking forward to it. You think, I don't know if it's going to do like Taylor Swift, but I do expect, since it's been 9 years, especially if the first single is popping, I expect Rihanna to sell up at least 600K. At least 600K her first week. And that'll be great leading up to the Super Bowl, which is in February. And I am just excited to see what Rihanna has in store for us. Once I see her in the Super Bowl, it's going to be monumental, man. It's going to be monumental. So shout out to that girl, Riri. We're looking forward to seeing you. All right, that's going to do it. Your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. I will be back and catching you on the next video. Thanks everybody for the support. Don't forget to join the members only. We'll catch you on the next one.